All right, I think I'm live. And here we go. All right, so this is the first time I'm actually going live in Substack. And so I'm starting to utilize the custom code so I can stream live. And it looks like it's working. So I'm just going to also record it. And this is a Live with Laura. It's my first recording via Substack. So I'm testing out this function as I teach it live behind the scenes. So here we go. All righty then. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. This is Laura Cole Gonzalez with Live with Laura. I'm here in my kitchen and I'm doing this live. And I've realized that I need to just lean into the challenging days and show you behind the scenes. So this is literally behind the scenes live with Laura. For those of you that are Success School members, you're used to Success School live with Laura. You're used to like us being in the kitchen, being in our offices, being outside in nature, wherever we are working on our business, our health, our life, our sourdough. We're doing it live together. Whether you're watching it live and we're interacting, we're doing kitchen karaoke, or you're watching the replay, it's a live experience. And so I realized that I needed to show you behind the scenes of real life because maybe it will help you be brave too. It'll help you get back on the saddle. If you get bucked off the horse or if life throws you a curveball, getting back up on that saddle, so to speak, literally and figuratively, is a life lesson. I've honed horses, and I remember always being taught that you never, if you get bucked off of a horse or you fall off the horse, you need to get back on sooner than later because you won't get back on it. You'll be too afraid. And so I'm leaning in today and I'm being brave and I'm doing it anyway. And so I'm getting back on the saddle. I'm getting back in that success path, in the driver's seat, however you want to call it, because life threw me a curveball. A lot of analogies. I'm a boy mom, so I'm always thinking like, how can I describe this in terms, right? And so, for those of you that don't know me much, maybe this is your first time even seeing me live on Substack, or maybe a friend of yours shared this video with you. My dad recently had a stroke. And so, because I am his health advocate and power of attorney, I had to get into that driver's seat and navigate his success path for his next season of his life with rehab and all the things that are involved. And when he was in the hospital, all the things. It literally is a full time job. And I do not know how elderly people do it without an advocate, without someone steering the ship, because I'm on my A game and I've been in the industry for over 3 decades. So I know how to navigate the broken system within certain ways. The broken system keeps getting more broken. So, you always have to relearn how to navigate, but I know how to advocate for patient care. I know how to make sure I'm in his patient portal and looking at what's going on, and when they start being the Pied Piper and writing scripts. And, I call it my vision that I was envisioning was Pied Piper flinging scripts into the patient's room without really understanding the patient. And so advocating for my dad's care and holding those that are flinging scripts into his hospital room accountable for things that maybe he shouldn't be taking or doesn't need. My dad is also medically maimed 15 years ago. That's a story for another day, but I am a hardcore advocate of patient care and making sure that their voices are heard. And post stroke, he also lost a lot of the ability to completely speak. So I am his voice as well. So lots been going on behind the scenes. And this month is my success camp month for my success school students. And so now that he's stable, now that he's in the hands of great OT, PT, and speech, I know that I can get back on the saddle and continue with what my plan was for this month, which is for me to lean in to my own legacy launch and launch my Laura legacy. I'm doing that in Success Camp so that you can launch alongside of me too. So, whatever your goal is that you want to focus on for this month, for this next season. So, this is summer. So, this is summer success. So, maybe it'll be this month and next month for you. I created a planner called the Action Attraction Planner that's an undated planner. And I did that on purpose so that your day one starts when you want it to. And I've left that planner in rehab for my dad so that we can literally fill it out for day one. It doesn't matter what the calendar says day one is, his day one in rehab is the first day, So think about thinking things outside of the box is always how I've been wired to say, how can we look at this challenge and how can this challenge be overcome? Because problems stay hard. Hard never gets easier. That word never makes you feel like it's helping you. So conscious languaging is so important, especially when you're dealing with um, challenges. I wrote a book that became a #1 bestseller. It's called Healthy Business, Healthy You Toolbox, where I shared transformational tools about my life, my health, and my business during one of the most challenging years of my life, which the book became a #1 bestseller. And that was 11 years ago. And I realized I have not asked for help in 11 years. Kind of mind boggling, right? So I'm leaning in and asking you for help. I'm asking you to share my offerings to others that can benefit. I need the influencers to influence their peeps. I need that influence plan that I write about in my #1 bestselling book, which helps others know about me. Because the only way that I can continue this legacy work is if more people know about what I'm offering. So, with Success Camp, that's something that I offer in Success School. So, we have a holistic business success school and we have a wellness success school. And so, inside both of those, my members get to work on their big wish and then they get to work on their goals. And so during camps that I do quarterly, and sometimes even more because I'm an intuitive mentor, and I know sometimes I'm like, they really need another action blitz where we're taking action. So the Action Attraction Planner goes alongside my book, Healthy Business, Healthy You, because I don't want people to just passively read the book. I want them to take action as they're doing it. And so, with that being said, part of Success Camp is going to be this action blitz. Let's get back on the horse. Let's get back on that saddle. Maybe you want to ride bareback and don't want a saddle, but you literally want to be on that horse and going down that success path. And we can co-create your success path. So if maybe you're working on your wellness goals, at your health and wellness goals, maybe you're working on your holistic business goals. But you know me, if you're a holistic business owner, I want to make sure you're also working on your wellness goals because you're the #1 asset of your business. If you're not well, you can't run your business. So I want to make sure that my holistic entrepreneurs, my holistic practitioners, my wellness peeps that want that are putting themselves as a high priority. And in the summer months, I find people do pause and say, I need a respite. I need time for me, and I'm going to put me first. And so camp is energetically more action driven. But then I also have a success retreat and a VIP day. So if you say, you know what, I need a little respite, I need a little like rest, restore, renew, then the retreat element is for you. And then once we get you strong enough and you're filling your cup so it overflows on the saucer enough times and you pour it back into the cup, then you're like, okay, now I've been recharging and I've been renewing. And now all those thoughts for your business, for your life, for your health start bubbling over. So keep that in mind. Some people will say, well, camp, I really need a little rest. So there is, that path where we can start to schedule things for you. The other thing that's very unique about what I do in Success School, is I customize things for you. So I need to know, I'll end up learning your learning style, how you learn, because we don't all learn the same way. So I think outside the box in how I teach adult learning. I also want to know your personality colors, your love language, and other things so that we're customizing your experience. And so in camp, it gives you a little taste of what it's like to be a member of Success School, where we think outside the box for life, for health, for our business, for our prosperity. And so I want to make sure everybody knows that Success Camp is open for you to join. If you only want to join just the camp, you're welcome to do that. However, for my Success School members, they get camp as part of their membership. And there'll be two levels. There's a regular membership, and then there's a VIP membership. Actually, there's three memberships levels. One is a platinum level, and you'll see that also in my mastermind. That also allows me to really, really, really work with you. And it's more of an intensive and fast tracks you. But some of you just need to get back on the saddle, nourish you, work on your central nervous system, self regulation. Whatever you've been going through, you're finally saying, I need to put me first. Because if I'm not well, I can't even run my household. And so I know, even though my dad has just experienced this life altering challenge, health challenge, I know that I have to put on my wellness hat for me and make sure that I keep taking care of me. And so, one of the things that I have here that I'm going to be doing in real time is working on my sourdough. Sourdough for me is my somatic experience. It just brings down my stress receptors, but it's also nourishing. And so one of the things I also do in Success School is we create a customized health plan that includes nutrients that are high nutrient rich things for you that are focused for you. So I also offer a scan that we can do virtually that calibrates you, but I also can see what you need within your nutritional path. So I teach sourdough very differently than others, where I'm making sure your sourdough recipe and the actual grains that are used or not grains are maximizing your nutritional profile and also your microbiome. So your good bacteria. So sourdough has a pay it forward model, which is you can share your sourdough starter with others and you can share your sourdough bread with others or recipes. And now that's going to help community health. And so for me, that pay it forward model, sourdough is got so many elements to it. We also have an adopt a mom program where maybe it's a mom that's, working at both ends, both working in the house with the unpaid job and then working outside the house with the paid job. And she would love to do sourdough, but she just doesn't have the time. So adopting another mom so you can drop off a loaf of bread to them and it's a sourdough loaf. Or maybe they say, you know what, I want to make the loaf, but I don't have time to work on the starter. Dropping off a starter that you've already done can also help her with her family's nutritional plans. So sourdough for me has so many layers, and we do a kitchen karaoke when we're in the kitchen, whether we're making sourdough or we're meal planning or meal prepping. We like to sing and dance in the kitchen. So for those of you that'll be part of camp or part of Success School, you know that we literally will sing and dance in the kitchen. We also will be moving our body and getting up out of our chairs and celebrating by doing the happy dance of joy with others as they share their wins. So I like to make sure that we all benefit from each other's wins. And one way is when they post their win in Success School, we get up and we do the happy dance of joy. We might not be doing it live physically together, but we know each other are dancing in our own office or wherever we are, where we see that another member shared their wins. Move Your Body inside Success School is also very unique because I want to make sure you're moving your body how you want, not way society has, or what I call like that bro hardcore push, push, push with my autoimmune challenges, with my mast cell activation challenges, with a lot of the things that I've gone through, even being medically maimed. I know that I have to be kind to me. And so for me personally, my move my body looks differently than others. And so my members really started to love the wording of move your body so that they can decide what makes sense for them. So we have an entire area just for move your body, and we'll do move your body experiences together, almost like book club, where we're round table discussing like different things that we are doing, what we love, what's lighting us up, and then maybe some of the things that we're like, you know what, we need to rethink this and think outside the box when it talks about moving your body. So that's another area that my Success School members get. And then for my holistic practitioners and my holistic entrepreneurs, we also co-create a success path for your actual business and then for your health. So I hope that that gives you just an idea, a sneak peek into what it's like working with me. You can also schedule a one-on-one success session where we work on a goal during that time together. We can do a scan. We can work on whatever goal you want. And what I like about the scan tools that I have is they're also very much thinking outside the box, and it will give you something that will support you all that week while you're working on a goal, on a milestone goal, an action step, etc. So those are just a few tools that I have in my toolbox, but I have 30 plus years of experiences which will help you tap into my resources, as well as an intuitive, I will see a success path for you so that we can co-create that. And it'll help you skip the school of hard knocks. It'll help you leapfrog. It'll give you that quantum leap into the path that's successful for you. And many times folks are so elated, even just with one session with me, that they're like, wow, you just condensed decades into days. So my decades of experience helps them skip things, and I can condense things down into days. So I hope that that also helps you go, wow, I see Laura's Live with Laura experience, whether it's one-on-one or in group, is very different than what's out there. I can't find another Laura. I can't find what I do, even for my own mentorship. I've paid a lot of money for mentors, and I still can't find what I'm offering. It's high touch, it's customized. You get into a success seat in group, not a hot seat. In fact, I want to hopefully influence the current um, industry that is saying hot seats. And because I'm a pioneer and a trailblazer who started my business back when virtual wasn't even a word, and actually created my business as a virtual business, when people would say, oh no, you, Laura, what are you doing? You can't do that. You can't work anywhere. That's not professional. And I put cotton in my ears and horse blinders on, and I did it anyway. Cue the music my way. So I've always seen things on average 20 years before most do. And so over time, I keep seeing, coaching and certifications and all of that put that energy that stops people from starting, or even hot seats. Who wants to be hot and sweaty under the hot lights? It's not a good feeling. And so it doesn't make people feel safe. It doesn't make people feel supported. It's more the energy that I've been talked to so many thousands of people that say it makes me feel judged. It doesn't feel good. I don't want to be in the hot seat. But when Laura says get in the success seat, I love it because they're getting the support from me and in community. So it's a sacred, safe space. And so I'm hoping that because my legacy work that I'm literally launching so that more people can benefit, millions, help millions for generations to come, is the legacy work that I'm doing, you'll see a shift in the industry where they stop putting people in the hot seats and start doing what Laura does, which is a success seat. All right, I'm getting off my soapbox. In fact, I'm flipping the box over, thinking outside the box, and I'm going to show and tell because I do find that it helps you um, understand a little bit more. So I'm just going to share my screen with all of you as I'm in my kitchen, just real quick so you could see how I'm going to be building things out in real time, just to give you a little sneak peek. This is an example of me going live on Substack, so very meta, right? It's like me showing you something that we're literally in right now. So you might be on Substack going, oh, I'm watching her live. This is her, going live, but I'm watching her show and tell. So this is my Substack account, okay? So Substack I absolutely love as a tool. It's a platform that allows me to podcast. It allows me to blog. It allows me to vlog, meaning video blogging. It allows me to also connect to other platforms. Like right now, I'm streaming live from my Zoom account. I can also connect my Substack to also post right to YouTube. It does so many things. It even emails my subscribers. So right now, my email sent all my subscribers this live notification so they can click on the link right from the email and come right into the live video. And it does so much more. It does newsletter management, email management. It can also do public and private membership areas. So many things. I absolutely love it. And then even within notes, gives it more of a feed so other people can find you. And what I love about Substack is I've found more of my own peeps that are also holistically minded here faster than I've ever found people on traditional big tech social media where the algorithms now, I've been in tech since the beginning of the internet. So I'm an OG. I know what's happening behind the scenes way before people even could comprehend. And they used to say, Laura, that's not true. They're not hiding your post when you launched your book. Oh, no, that's not true. That people are not seeing, health and wellness. And then during lockdown, people started to go, oh, my account got shut down because I shared something that was true and blah, 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 blah. Right. So being on an uncensored platform, being in a place that embraces your uniqueness, being on a platform that allows you to blog and write about your own truths, whatever that looks like. I know my entire life's work got shut down on the internet many years ago, even before many of the influencers now have gotten their accounts shut down. When I mentioned my medically maiming with a drug that they give out like Skittles in the urology offices. And that also affected my dad's health as well. So my entire life's work was literally hacked because they don't want the truth out. And so that was years ago, before many were even reporting that this was happening to them. And now they're like, now we believe you, Laura, because, it's happening to me too. But it happened to me way before most did. So I always say, I'm a trailblazer in the great, the good, the bad, and the ugly experiences. And so I'm hoping that I can help you go, oh, I didn't even know about this platform. And oh, wow, this is where I could be doing some of these lives that you'll actually see. Because even when I go live on, say, Facebook or Instagram, a lot of times it gets suppressed. And maybe you're lucky if you get like 1% of your friends and followers to even see your content. And so this will give you a place that you'll feel energetically unlocked. It'll be like not a resistance feeling. Okay, so that's just one behind the scenes that you're literally getting twice here is what you're seeing. And so I'm going to start over here with my AI success school. And so for many of you that think, oh, AI is new, I'm here to tell you as a pioneer in tech that AI is not new. Okay. There's elements within AI that are now open to the public, which is a great opportunity for you to actually learn how to prompt um, some of the tools, the tech tools, and even the browsers to actually uncover the truth about things, whether it's in your holistic business or in you wanting to be a health seeker in your holistic success path. But it goes beyond prompting. And I teach AI very different because I'm going to teach you the great, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's not going to be sugarcoating some of the other areas. But there's great elements. Like right now with me in the trenches with my dad, I'm utilizing tech tools so that I can keep up with it. I mean, just yesterday, I think I had 5 different conference calls within the care teams and all the things. And today was also dealing with Medicaid and all of it, that it's helping me keep up with this fast paced, roaring rapids, bucking bronco that I'm on right now. And so for me, I'm going to show you behind the scenes of how I'm using AI to manage my dad's care, to manage all the things in this next season of my parents' life, to manage even things within my own life. It's helping me even document my next book, which is called Raising Parents. So there's a lot to it where you're not going to lose your voice. We're going to use your voice, but we're going to be able to customize the ability to use these AI tools and tech tools that go beyond just AI that I know that can help you on your journey. So we have different levels. And like I said, the premium tier, really it's the platinum tier. I'm going to change that word to platinum, is where you're going to get either a VIP day with me, and then you'll be working with me for a year and you get access to AI mastermind, but you're not going to be loaded down with having to get a PhD and learn on. You're literally going to be driving the mouse, driving it with my guidance and mentorship. So when you have these sessions in group, when you have a one-on-one, you're going to get stuff done. So you're not going to end up going, oh my goodness, now I've got to get a PhD and learn on and figure this out. No, you're going to literally be driving the mouse. And so as I'm building out my legacy platforms and the legacy work, you're going to get to see me do it in real time so that you're seeing some of the newer tools that I'm using and you're like, wow, she's doing it. Let me do it alongside Laura. So there's a do it. There's going to be like support Laura. So as I'm launching, you're supporting me, you're cheering me on because I need that. So for those of you that understand what I'm doing, I need you to cheer me on. I need the support. I need my rally cap. I need those of you that understand the depths and breadth of what I'm going through in my own health journey and the health challenges I'm facing, but then also now raising parents and in the trenches with what's going on there, having to raise money for my own legacy so that I can then help more people and help even myself have access to holistic tools that currently have been cost prohibited. And so I have to put my wishes first. I have to put my health and wellness goals higher on my list, as well as my holistic business goals. And so I need support. I need you to share with your friends that could benefit from any of my offerings, whether it's my #1 bestselling book, my planner, my memberships, sourdough, whatever it is that I'm offering, just sharing it and then cheering me on. Send me a direct message, cheer me on, to let me know that you're sending me love and light, prayers, whatever it is that you can do, an energy exchange. It doesn't have to be via money, it can just be you sharing with others. Okay. So the next one is Holistic Business Success School. And we have 2 tiers to that. We've got the regular one and then VIP. And so with VIP, it also will include your scan so that I can customize your health side as well as then it'll help you with tools to support you. And it's like biohacking, because I've noticed if you think outside the box and are willing to let me give you access to some of the tools that I have, you're going to leap quicker. You're going to do that quantum leap so much quicker. I find over the 3 decades that I've been in business and mentoring as well as advising, that the folks that are willing to think outside the box and utilize some of the tools that I have, they're doing things faster. They're accelerating their success path. Okay. So just know that that is a group mentorship. And then you can also schedule one-on-one success sessions with me. And then based on what's included in your membership, maybe you need a little extra, you can schedule additional one-on-one success sessions, and that's a la carte. So that's just something to know. If you're not in my membership, you can also schedule a success session. You're just paying a higher rate because I don't know you yet, and we're starting from scratch. Where if you're a member, I get to know you really well. And so it just makes my life so much easier. And the energy exchange is so much easier when you're a member of Success School. So I give Laura gifts and goodies out when you're a member. And that's also one of the perks on being part of Success School. And also know that the prices that are here, literally, I haven't raised them in a very, very long time. And my colleagues are always saying to me, Laura, you're nuts for charging so little for what you're giving everyone. And in the industry, even my year-long program, easily runs $50,000, $100,000. Even direct access to me is, they're like, oh, you should be charging this. But my brain says, I want my mission and vision to be legacy level. So if their only no is because they don't have the funds to invest, and when I say don't have the funds to invest, I mean seriously don't have the funds to invest. I've experienced this challenge where you literally don't have the funds. Not people that use that as an excuse and they do have the funds, they just choose to use their funds differently. I'm talking about folks that literally will say to me, I physically don't have the funds to invest, or I don't even have the access to even investing. So those folks, I do not want to ever hear them say the only reason that I didn't join is because of money. And so this is where I've made it so that it is cost effective, but it also gives me an energy exchange so that I can fundraise for my immediate health and wellness goals, as well as my healthy business goals, because I need to hire other people. And I want to give other moms that need that opportunity to be able to be part of my team again, but I need to be able to fund them. Okay. So I also want to get my team back together that I had with my business. And when I got very ill, I had to shut down that part of my business, making sure that all my team members got lucrative jobs. But now I'm starting back from scratch. So it's like a newbie, but through the lens of a newbie, now I can show and tell you, starting from scratch, building out my team so that you can build out your team too. And that could be virtual assistants. Again, as a pioneer in virtual, training virtual assistants globally, I know what I'm doing. And just building the team out again now is what you'll get to see behind the scenes. And then you get access to my resources. So if you know a mom or a woman that needs that helping hand, and maybe they say, you know what, Laura, this is my profession, but then I had a family and I really want to get back into what I did, but I don't have the opportunity. Reach out to me, because many of my staff members said those exact words. And I said, what do you do? What was your background? And I literally had them part of my team, and they got to learn in the trenches in real time, the best of the best of the best. And then, like I said, when I had this health challenge, they were able to get lucrative jobs and, far surpassed their peers. So I really want to give other women this opportunity. Now, mind you, the men in my life, I'm a mother of sons, so I lean in to the men in my life, and I want to support them. However, I really, really, really want to elevate women helping women. And so if there is men that also want to apply to be part of my team, absolutely. I had men on my team before, but I'm just saying to you, from what's happening out in the world, I want more women to have this elevation, because women are underpaid, women are paid less than men. We still have a long way to go in society to get credit where credit is due. So again, definitely can have men and women on my team, but I just want to make sure I'm clear when I say that I want to lean in and give a mom, a woman, maybe it's a woman that's recently been divorced, a helping hand. So, so that's just a sidebar. So now, Success School for Wellness. That's for my wellness seekers that are holistically minded. I'm not your person if you want to constantly go to Western medicine and want the pill, drug, pharma with a long list of side effects as your means of thinking that that's health management, which it's not. I'm not your person. If you are sick of the broken system and sick and tired of big pharma and sick and tired of medically maiming and the side effects, whether it's a pill or an injection, and you're done with that system and you want to think holistically, but maybe you're new to it, or maybe you're old to it and you're an OGer and you're even a leader in the wellness space, right? This is Success Schools for you. Holistic Success School is for you. Wellness Success School is for you. Those are my peeps, the ones that want to get back to what was available for us for thousands and thousands of years, until the petrochemicals started double dipping, whether it was the petrochemicals for oil, and then adding the petrochemicals and saying, oh, well, we can make double money now within pharmaceuticals. So people don't understand true health and wellness. We had homeopathic schools, you had naturopathic schools. In Europe, we still have holistic colleges. We have homeopathy is prevalent there. One of the particular places I can even think about in India, they're seeing 2,000 patients a day, but they're using homeopathy. So I'm here to elevate the naturopathic branches within the holistic branches and say, hey, peeps, there's more out there that does no harm. There's stuff out there that actually gets to the root cause. There's naturopathic solutions that can help you heal mind, body, and spirit. And so I want to make sure that people aren't just looking at the symptom and then pill and then suppress the symptom. That's not getting to the healing path. And then we also do somatic work. We do the healing arts. We do think outside the box. We even work on trauma at a cellular level. Now, mind you, I am not a therapist. I am not going to listen to all of your quote unquote problems. I don't do talk therapy. So that's not part of the wellness piece. You'd have to see someone outside of me for that. That's not what I'm talking about. But I pointed out to you within your scan. We look at the meridians, we look at the Chinese meridians of the physical challenge you might have, but then also the emotional connection to that body system. And so then it'll help you uncover maybe some feelings you have or some trauma that's happening and how it's affecting your body systems. So it's more helping you learn how to even utilize these tools, and then helping be your mentor. which is very different. And that's why I don't call myself a coach, because I want to mentor you, because I want you to co-create your own success path. I want to empower you so that you can take the reins and you can advocate for your own health and wellness solutions that are not harming you, that you don't have this roadmap when you look at the manufacturer insert and go, oh, is this what my life's going to look like, in a year, 6 months, a week even, or decades? And I always say, look at those inserts. Make sure you are committing to a lifelong of many, many challenges, because it's never going to heal the body. If anything, you're going to see the symptom and go, oh, well, guess what? When you report it, instead of them saying, oh, we should take you off this meds, they're going to add another medication to you. So being in the trenches, advocating for patient care for my own journey, that was a huge eye opener for me. I assumed they had holistic tools in their toolbox. I assumed they studied naturopathic approaches or even nutrition. And then once I started mentoring practitioners and learning that they don't even learn nutrition, and if they have an optional nutrition class, it doesn't even include food. So a lot of times I was naive and assumed that they had the tool, but they don't. And I was like, oh. And then at one point, my husband remembers this, and I remember this vividly. I literally went to the library after a doctor told me it was all in my head, even though I felt like glass was in my bladder. And I said, if I have to become a doctor, I will, to figure out what is wrong with me, because it's not in my head. And it turned out that the very drug that he prescribed for me actually affected my bladder, affected my tendons, affected my Achilles, affected my heart. And then when I saw the medical model of training, and I said, well, when are we ever getting to root cause? That's when I had my huge aha moment and realized, wait a minute, I'm expecting these doctors to do something that they don't study. And that's when I started to go into the naturopathic branch and saying, oh, wow, a naturopath studies those root causes. They're taking even more curriculum, more learning. And then I realized, although I was studying all of that, I wanted to help millions. And the only way that I could help millions is if I could link arms with other holistic practitioners, other holistic entrepreneurs, wellness centers, think outside of the box solutions, holistic biohacking, quantum energy healing centers, you name it, holistic, true holistic spas, all of those things, online entrepreneurs that want to help. I realized if I could help them with their business and have more people know about them, that their group now benefits. And so that's the millions help millions for generations to come. And for me, that's the legacy work that I want to do now and long after I'm no longer in my earth suit. And so help me, help you, help them. I'll say that again. Help me, help you, help them, so that we together collectively can make a difference in the lives of others. So if this is of interest to you and you say, oh my goodness, I didn't know Laura existed, this is like a needle in a haystack that I've been looking for so long, take the quantum leap and jump into Success School, jump into Success Camp. I even have an area here where you can name your price. So if money is a challenge for you and you really don't have the funds to invest, and I say you truly don't, like this is for those that have the School of Hard Knocks happen to them, and I could explain personally how I know how that feels, then you can enter in and name your price for camp so that you're putting skin into the game. I want you to invest in a number that will help you pay attention. Because one of the things I learned myself is when I gifted scholarships and free access to me, they didn't pay attention. They didn't implement. They didn't take it seriously. And what I noticed is money seems to be the one that makes them go, wait a minute, I paid this money. I invested in my success. That's the number I want you to fill in. So I want you to fill in a number that makes you go, I'm paying attention. I'm doing the work. I'm implementing. And that way you're providing an energy exchange to me. You're helping me reach my prosperity goals that I need now, if not yesterday. And then you're also helping yourself move forward so that if you pay attention and you work on what we're talking about, you're going to have the prosperity path also for what you're working on. And so it's a win-win. So I hope that this gives you just a sneak peek into my Live with Laura offerings, what I'm offering, and also just ways that you can work with me. I'm going to now head over to Big Tech platform, which is Facebook, just so that you understand, even though I loathe a lot of things on Big Tech, I'm still using it. And I've even written a #1 bestseller regarding using Big Tech and how to circumvent the system. And this is an example. So by me driving traffic to something, then you'll see it. So I just uploaded this picture. I put the copy in the area, which I find when I do audits all the time on Big Tech social media or even on any platform, I always see that the header image on your profile tends to not be utilized like a billboard sign because it's static. It stays there. It doesn't move. And many times they don't fill in the actual photo description. So I want to make sure that I give you that tip. Fill in the description, okay? And I'm going to click done editing so that you could see now it's there, now it's live, and now I can take this, and this area here usually has like a time date stamp. So you can click that and that will give you the actual URL for them to go directly to that image. Let me see if they'll let me do that one here. I can also, yeah, because that's the header image. We're good. Okay. I can even embed it. So I could take this, embed this somewhere else off of Big Tech and drive traffic to it. So that's another way. So now this is live and now it's going to show up and here, here it is. And I'm going to load it also as a post. And here's my share. So you can share this with others. You can share it in a direct message. You can share it in Messenger. You can copy the link. I can share it in the group rooms. And so for me, now I have this URL that I could head over to Messenger and paste it. I could put the URL right in an email. And if they click on that URL, it's going to take them right to the header image and boom, there it is. When I launch my clients that are birthing books, I am happy to report that every single author that I've worked with has become a #1 bestseller. And I have secret sauces for the recipe of success to become a #1 best-selling author, but also when folks are launching their memberships, their program, their online programs, their online stores, my creatives that we do print on demand, and then my brick and mortars, which is my in-person practitioners and holistic entrepreneurs as well. When they launch their business, I make sure they know all these secret success tips as well as these tech tips to circumvent the algorithms on some of these big platforms. We'll also update my photo with similar copy. So now I've got it in 2 places right out of the gate. I'll put it in my stories and I'll put a link right to the post so that it drives them right there. And then they can sign up and be part of Success School, part of Success Camp, schedule a one-on-one with me, whatever it is that they're wanting, maybe buy my book, buy my planner, etc. But that's an example of one simple tip that I can give you on your profile that can help you drive more traffic to a spot that you want shared. So I'll repeat that same thing in a post, and then I'll ask everyone to share that post. but I'll make it a public post. So I'm just going to use this one as an example. I pin the post talking about my dad. And then also I have a picture of my links. So my livewithlaura.com/links is something that I normally say when I do my podcast. I say at the beginning of the podcast, the middle of the podcast, and the end of the podcast. So I forgot today. So this is an example of showing up with doing imperfect action and showing up anyway. And so livewithlaura.com/links then takes them over to my Linktree account, but I ran this URL through a tool that allows me to customize it so it's still my brand, livewithlaura.com/links, because Linktree, although I love Linktree, it's cumbersome to help people understand how to type in this strange URL, right? Link and then tr.ee/livewithlaura, right? That's a little cumbersome. So this gives people an easier way to get there, livewithlaura.com/links, and it gets them to my links. Thinking outside of the box for your success, and then Success School Live with Laura. And here's my Wellness Success button. Here's my Holistic Business Success button. And here's my AI Success Mastermind. I also included a tip and love offering so that people can just tip me. So if I have a tip that I've given you and you say, "Ooh, I want to buy her a cup of tea." So, my tea tip. If I've given you any help over the last decade or 3 decades, and you say, "You know what, Laura, I finally now have the means to bless you back for all that you've given me in your energy exchange for decades." And so this allows them to click this and give me a love offering so that I can continue the legacy work that I'm doing, as well as fundraise that I am doing now that needed to be done yesterday, that needed to be done before, but I needed to take this quantum leap and just jump in, get back on the saddle, take imperfect action and do it anyway. Here's another button here, book a success session with Laura, right? With Laura Cole-Gonzalez, because they may not know me yet, as we're going to have a Live with Laura session. So you can put your buttons here for whatever you're offering, but it helps drive traffic to this one link that has your offers, right? Here's my Facebook community. I also have a community off big tech. I created the community and we have an app so that it helps you stay laser focused. So you're not getting sucked into big tech and then going, "Oh yeah, I was supposed to get into doing my home play with Laura's Success School, but I ended up seeing rabbits or cute turtles or cute babies on social media. And now I never got into her group room to do the home play. And I just wasted 2 hours on big tech." So I've gotten my peeps off big tech when we want to be laser focused. So in Success Camp, in Success School, we have a private area that is not algorithm manipulated. And then for my VIPs, they also have a specific area that allows me to go deeper and customize their success paths. My regular members also have access to the community. Theirs is more just do it themselves versus high touch with me. So again, it all depends on what your experience wants to look like. There's always replays. And then here is my podcast on Substack, where you can also subscribe using your email. That way you never miss another Live with Laura behind the scenes or my Live with Laura Experience podcast, as well as having a lot of fun things that I'm going to be rolling out over in Substack land. So I've been mentoring others on Substack. It's one of my secret sauces for their success path. And now Laura needs to put shoes on, because it's always that shoemaker without the shoes. And so I'm literally utilizing the fact that the shoe dropped, so to speak. And I said, nope, I'm not letting the shoe drop, which is what I was doing for quite a while with my parents with their health challenges, and then me with my own health challenges, saying, well, am I well enough to do this? Is my parents well enough? And then waiting for the shoe to drop. And I said, nope, the shoe dropped, but I have to lean in, get back on the horse, get back on the saddle, because the only way that I can help my success path is if I start putting me first so that I can fill my cup up. I can get the holistic tools that I have on my Laura wish list and create the success path that I need, but then also so that I can nourish others. So the line in my book, Healthy Business, Healthy You Toolbox, which is a #1 best-selling book, fill your cup up first and nourish others with the overflow. And for those of you that have been my helper healers, my caretakers, maybe you're also raising parents, I'm here to tell you that if you are depleted, if you are burnt out, if you've been a practitioner, in the trenches, if you've been a mom and you're in the trenches and you're burnt out and you have nothing left in your cup, I'm here to tell you, I want you to take the tea saucer and pour it back in the cup and keep pouring into yourself until it overflows continuously, and pour it back into the cup. And not until you feel strong enough so that that measure, that meter is finally, in that full category, do you then give from your cup. Okay. I don't want to see you keep giving from your cup when you just get a little bit in. Go, oh, I feel a little better, let me give it away. No, I need you to be fully feeling rested, restored, renewed. So if that's you and you say, Laura, I really want to be part of your success camp, but I also really want that VIP day, or I really want to do the retreat, I will open up my retreat slots for those of you that are serious and want to take the next step and accelerate. For in person, we have I live in a beautiful community here in New Jersey. We have a bay, a river, a beach. In fact, when I had one of my clients come here, flew up, took her to the private beach, she knew to bring her Action Attraction planner with her, because she says, Laura didn't say today was just a chill day. She didn't say that. And so we met, we were in the cabana, we were on the beach. And once I could see she was ready, I gave her the download that I had seen for her success path. And now that she was rested, restored, and renewed, I knew that she was ready to hear it. And what I shared with her helped her see something that she didn't even fly up for this retreat to do. And I'm happy to report that she literally became a 2-time best-selling author with her watercolor work and has print-on-demand products. It wasn't even on her list. She didn't even know she wanted this. And it was something that I had seen for her, because she was a watercolor artist. She came here, we did in-person photo shoots for her. I brainstormed with her for her health success, her business success, but this wasn't even on her list. It wasn't even in her vision. And so I dreamed big for her. And like I said, she went on to use my secret sauce and literally has now products out there that are continually able to bless her with residual income to help her as a single woman that was abruptly faced with being a single woman. And now she was the only funds she was having was her paycheck. And so I've worked with other women. I've worked with other women that have been widows. I've worked with women that have large families and became widows. I've worked with clients that were some of my best success students ever, and then life threw them a challenge that left them paralyzed from the chest down. And I mentored them in the bed, that literally the type of bed that my dad is in currently. And so I've leaned into some really challenging clients' challenges, but we found success paths for them. And being part of the Live with Laura experience, a lot of times they'd say with me, Laura, I feel like I live with you. I feel like I live with the other members. I feel like we're community, we're family, we support each other. we have sacred, safe space with one another. And so that's the type of place that I want to create and continue to create in what I call Laura Land, where we can bless one another and dream bigger and bigger and make a bigger difference in the world. There's so many things that I want to accomplish while I'm still here on this planet. And I hope that you join me. I hope that you're part of some aspect of Live with Laura experience. So please go to livewithlaura.com/links to join something. You can also join my free Substack account where you actually will get access to the podcast for free. You can also join my Live with Laura community where there's a free component to it. If funds are literally cost prohibited, please reach out to me. I want to make sure that if you really are excited about what I'm talking about, but then you feel it in your heart where like, but the funds, Laura, the funds, please, please, please reach out and make sure that you reach out to me and we can figure something out. But I don't want the only reason you say no is because of funds, because I want to also provide a blessing to others. And so then if you are someone with means, I also have that tip area where you can pay more. So you could say, wow, Laura, I didn't know I could even do that. So I could book a session with Laura and pay it forward and bless someone else. So that's another part of my tip and love offering so that it'll help others that need a helping hand and need somebody to say, I see you. I know that you have something that the world needs and you just need someone to lean in and lift them up. And so I want to make sure that all of you have a success path option. So I hope this helps. Like I said, I leaned in today. I said, you know what? Did I want to go live? Was I feeling like, woohoo? No, I saddled up. And when I put this hat on, it does something with a lot of my hacks that I do, that I teach my clients to lean in, giddy up, and whatever that is for you, it might be glasses, it might be a hat, it might be an outfit, it might be a bracelet, it might be something that you do that just helps you lean in to be brave and do it anyway. And so I want to make sure that I model where I am in the trenches now and I'm still doing it. I'm still leaning in. I'm not saying, well, no, I can't do that because. I can't do that because. All the buts. No, I'm doing it anyway. The affirmations, my essential oils, I scan myself, I listen to my music. I literally wrote out a sentence that I have to say so that I'm not feeling the pain of others. So as an empath, as an intuitive, it has been brutal, especially walking into the rehabilitation centers and feeling other people's pain, including my dad, including my mom. It's no joke when you're an empath and an intuitive to be in this earth suit. But I'm doing it anyway, and I'm figuring out ways that I can guard my own energy. And so if you're an empath, if you're an intuitive, and you're like, I don't have a mentor, no one understands me, no one understands what it feels like, I'm here to tell you, I've been looking for those people too. And so as I've found different ones that maybe have one trait, I have all 9. And so I've been gathering tools along the journey and creating my own custom game plan so that I can survive and thrive in spite of the challenge. I'm not here to say I'm perfect. I'm leaning into imperfect action. I'm doing it anyway. And for those naysayers, for those that constantly criticize, I'm not your peep. Keep scrolling. That's not where we're at. And so I do have an energy exchange that says you will agree to think outside the box. And part of thinking outside the box is being supportive to one another, leaning in to imperfect action and being a supportive peep, cheering each other on. So again, this is Laura Cole Gonzalez with Live with Laura. Thank you so much. I'm going to end this recording, but I'm also going to continue with my sourdough. So if this is something that interests you, you'll head over to livewithlaura.com/links, and I'll be doing our sourdough element because it's ready. And so a lot of times you'll find me in my PJs first thing in the morning working with my sourdough, late at night, maybe for the final run before I cold ferment. And so inside Success School, you get to come as you are. Many times we even rock the robe, and you'll find me in my robe and my hair in a towel. And we do things very unconventionally, hence thinking outside the box. So again, if even sourdough interests you and you're like, oh my goodness, Laura, I've always wanted to make sourdough. A couple of moms, I've been their mom mentor in their pocket, and literally they're like, this is so cool. I'm making my sourdough and this is what it looks like. This is what my starter looks like. Is this good? And we have a community in my app that gives you access so you can load in your hub post your sourdough starter, your sourdough dough. And I can say, okay, let's do a little bit of this. Or, as you're learning it, the one-on-ones, you literally have me in your back pocket helping you with this sourdough experience. And then we do 201, 301s for those of you that are like, hey, Laura, I already know how to do sourdough, but talk to me about this customizing my sourdough recipes to my health and wellness goals. Tell me more about that. And oh, wait, what are you making today? There's going to be a chocolate component to your sourdough. I think outside the box on a lot of advanced recipes. I have a background with my heritage that I learned how to make bread at a very young age, make even pizza dough. So we even do sourdough pizza on the French side, the Spanish side. There's so many cool ways of breads and things that we can make within the sourdough starter that go beyond the typical. So we even think outside the box in sourdough land. But like I said, to me, this just represents nurturing my family, nurturing me, and it just lowers my stress. It's like my happy place. In fact, I wrote my book in my kitchen. I literally was in my kitchen typing when I couldn't even see the keyboard during the most challenging year of my life. But I'll save that story for another day. So thanks again, everybody. Have an amazing day. All right, I found the stop live stream for the Zoom. So the behind the scenes for the end is just making sure you know that even though you may stop the recording on Zoom, you still have to stop the live stream from streaming. So just be aware of that. So you'll stop the live stream and then you can end the meeting. But I don't want to end the meeting yet because I also want to use the tech tools that I have within my Zoom account, which gives me an AI companion and that I can actually write prompts to work through some of the things that I talked about so that I have stuff for my show notes for the podcast or for my Success School students. So I just wanted to give you one more behind the scenes tip in the fact that this is something that you can do as well. And so you'll go to the bottom corner where it says live stream, and let's see here. So this here, right here, the live stream, because I can't show you Zoom within Zoom, but I could show it to you here. And then you'll just hit stop recording. Okay. So that's the last little piece that you need to do so that it ends your live stream on another platform. Maybe you're live streaming to YouTube. Maybe you're live streaming to Substack. Maybe you're live streaming to Facebook or wherever. This is how you would do that within the Zoom platform. So I hope that tech tip helped you. All right, have an amazing day.